Stay a while and listen.
So, how's everybody doing? Welcome to the stream. Welcome, Rick. Welcome, Shrinvas. Welcome, Adrian. How's it going, guys? How's life? How are things? How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Welcome to the stream. So, today I'm going to do what I always do. I'm going to do a no death run in the Soulsborne series. But for me, this is a little bit different. Because my mother passed away yesterday from cancer, from brain cancer. She's been fighting it for 10 years. And it's pretty hard on her. It's pretty rough. Cancer is terrible. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen anybody that passed away from cancer. It's pretty rough. But I'm the kind of person that can't sit still. I always got to keep doing something or keep moving, because if I don't, then that's just how I am. I never been good at sitting still. Even when I was a kid, man. I've never been good at it. My legs would always shake and I'd just start moving around. But yeah, my mother passed away yesterday. And I saw her legitimately right before she died. And she looked pretty terrible, you know, like she looked really bad. She looked the worst I think I'd ever seen her in my life. She's always very, very defiant, very, very headstrong, very stubborn type person, just like me. Me and her are exactly the same type person. We just real stubborn people, refuse to listen to anybody. And she was just like me, and I was just like her in that sense. We didn't get along very well, which sucks, because by the time it was time to make it what we needed it to be, she was unable to talk because of the brain cancer. She couldn't talk. She hasn't been able to talk for a while. But just watching somebody that you've known since you were a child just be eaten alive, and then them going through that, imagining how they would feel, is one of the most painful things imaginable. Cancer's not fun, man. Cancer's a terrible thing. And she didn't have it easy. You know, her life was pretty messed up. My life was pretty messed up. I never had it easy. She never had it easy either. But they told her she didn't have long to live years ago. She lasted for 10 years. 10 whole years when she wasn't expected to live more than 2 years. And I'd like to think that she fought to get there. She was my best friend when I was a kid. She was like my partner in crime. She was the only one I talked to when I was a kid. And now she's not here anymore. Which I'm going to have to get used to that part. But the point isn't to gain sympathy or anything like that. The point is to make a statement. That's why I'm doing this run. I'm not trying to get people to feel sorry for me. I'm not trying to get people to feel sorry for my mom. The universe is a very dark place, right? The universe is a terribly, terribly dark, desolate, unimaginably harmful environment to live in. People have it worse, people have it better. It doesn't really matter. But that's the thing, like, I'm going to ask a question, right? And I just want you guys to think about it. You don't need to answer it in chat, right? I'm going to ask a question, okay? Let's say you've lived your life already, right? You're coming to the end of it, and you've already done everything you're going to do in this life, whether it was good or terrible. It doesn't matter, okay? And you're passing away and you die. Whether you believe in, the other side or not, doesn't matter, right? This is hypothetical. And when you die, you enter a doorway. When you go through that doorway, there's a man standing in front of another door. And he says to you that you're dead and that you've left that life behind. And there's another doorway behind me. But if you go through that doorway, you're going to relive everything you just did before. Only this time you will remember everything that happened before, but you will never be able to change it. You'll be conscious, right? You'll be conscious and remember all the terrible things that happen and when they're going to happen, and you can't change them from happening. Would you rather embrace the pain of existing, or would you give in to it? And that was his question. But what he doesn't tell you also is that when you do live that life again, knowing that you're going to relive all the bad things that happened in your life and all the good things that happened in your life, that after you die again, you will continue to live that for the rest of eternity. There's no heaven, no hell, no way out. And that slowly, each time that you go into that life, reliving the pain, knowing where it is, that you can't change it. You basically will become slowly insane every time you relive the life that you're trapped in. Okay, this is the makeup of the situation, okay? The universe is a dark place, and bad things happen to good people. My life has been a bad, terrible thing. Like, it's been bad. If I had to relive my life over and over again, I would go insane. I know this already because a lot of really terrible things happen to me and to the people I love. But it's not really a question of whether or not you can give in to the pain or continue to truck through it, because it's impossible to truck through it without going crazy. I think people would look for the third option, right? You'd want a third option to end the cycle of pain, the end the cycle of suffering, to be free. It's viable and logical to want a third option, right? And like, a nihilist would tell you there is no third option. It's not what Nietzsche would have wrote, because he's not a nihilist, but a nihilist would say there are no options. The universe is just going to ruin your life, ruin your sanity, kill you, and there's no reason to be alive, right? But the idea of duality is false. You got to remember this. The idea of duality is false. It's a figment. It's a man-made construct. Light and dark, good and evil. They're all man-made constructs. When I was a kid, I was heavily abused growing up. I grew up in a bad situation with bad people. My mom taught me the way she understood how to survive, which isn't necessarily the best way. I was raped as a child. I was abused as a child. I almost died 3 times. And I grew up and I ended up becoming part of a group of family members that were involved with gang violence. And I saw friends die. My cousin killed herself, and you know this stuff already. I was addicted to heroin, she was addicted to heroin, and she committed suicide because she couldn't live with the shame of relapsing. My grandmother, who was the strongest person I have ever met in my life, I watched her die. And then yesterday, my mother died. And if I had to relive all that pain forever, infinitely, without hope, I don't think I could do that. But the question is the third option. There is a third option. And this is what Nietzsche really meant about telling you how vast and dangerous the universe was. If you flip a coin, it seems like it's either heads or tails only, right? Because there's 2 sides to a coin. But is there really only 2 sides to a coin? If you really think about it, you have to grab it somehow. You have to place it in your palm. There's more than 2 sides to a coin. If you do the math and the physics, you can flip a coin 6,001 times. And 1 chance in 6,000, the coin will land on its side. 1 in 6,000. If I was offered the question of the man I was talking about, I would keep trying until that coin landed on its side. I will never give up. And neither should you guys. Because no matter how bad it gets, no matter how terrible life seems, and how much suffering people go through, there's always a chance that the coin can land on its side. That life can surprise you and bring you something beautiful. That's enough for me not to give up. And that's why I don't stop doing what I do. That's why I don't give up on people and why I don't lose faith in trying to help others. And neither should you guys. It's like playing a game where you're supposed to die. You're supposed to die over and over and over again because that's the point of the game. You're meant to die, but not dying all the way through it. It's doing the impossible. Living things in a way that others can't because they're too weak to accept the cost. And that's what you have to do. You have to be willing to sacrifice your sanity, your humanity to some extent, to do the impossible. And that's what my mom taught me. She taught me how to do the impossible. And I will always remember and love you very much, Mom, for that. Even though we didn't get along. But I'm going to do my next long distance run for cancer research. I am. I'm going to do my next run for cancer research. Because it's just a terrible disease that doesn't need to exist. No one should have to die from cancer. I really don't believe it's... I can't believe how it exists, to be honest with you. If you've lost people from cancer, I totally feel for you guys. Thanks, Daniel. Thanks, Jordan. Sorry to hear that, Parker. I'm sorry I'm so sullen. It's just new to me, you know, having to imagine a world without my mom in it. It's kind of gonna take some time to get used to it. It's funny because I knew it was coming. You know, like you know it's gonna come. You know it's gonna happen. And she's already ready to pass away. She didn't eat for 6 days. You know, and you walk in that room and she used to be so strong. You know. I appreciate that, Cody.
I know things are hard for you right now, and things are dark right now, but you are right, never give up. Because in every dark situation, there's always light. And always remember, no matter what, we all in the community are here for you. We all have love for you. You're amazing.
Thank you, man, for the stars. Thank you for the statement. Yeah, it's just rough. Like I said, I grew up, you know, and she was always strong and healthy and stuff. And then seeing her the last time, she had no hair and she had blood in her mouth and she couldn't breathe and she was so skinny and it's terrible, man. I appreciate that, Parker. Yeah, I thought I was ready to, Patrick. I was like, I can stomach this and be the glue for the family, like I usually am, you know. But after that, I just spent literally like 8 hours of my life crying all night long without sleeping. It's crazy. Time is the most precious thing on this planet. Hell yeah, sir. Absolutely cool. That's absolutely true, Joe. Jimmy, thanks, man. Thanks for the stars, Andy. It's an emptiness. Jordan, I imagine so, man. I appreciate that, Adrian. I really do. Patrick, it's a wise decision, sir. Wise decision. It's wise. I like it, sir. And my mom was a funny person, man. She gave me her humor. My dad, don't get me wrong, he can be funny, but not as funny as my mom was. My mom was super funny. She was very, very hilarious. She had a great sense of humor. And I remember that's where I got it from, was from her. Trying to cheer her up. Trying to make her smile. It's why I started getting into entertainment in the first place, was because of my mom, because I felt like I could do some good by cheering people up. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be doing this, probably, to be honest with you. It's one other thing she gave me, you know, like I can't really ever thank her enough for is having a kind heart, a good sense of humor. She was the most compassionate type person. Even if it wasn't like warranted, you know, like if this person pissed you off to no end, she'd try to find a way for you to be compassionate towards them. And I was too headstrong, of course, you know. I was a fucking teenager. She's like, you just need to let it go. And they'd be like, fuck that, mom. You know? But she's like, no, you need to let it go. Life is too short. And I'm like, no, fuck that. And still, like, she was always, like, the voice of reason in that sense, you know? She was always very compassionate. She was definitely pretty hilarious, though. Chicken dick sandwiches. I appreciate that, Andy. I really do, man. We were joking about this the other day, Parker. It's become a stream thing. The McChicken dick sandwich. Instead of chicken fingers, it's chicken dicks. It's just something we just started talking about. It's random shit, to be honest with you. Pito, yeah, the pito de pollo, yeah, that's right. Pito de gallo. It's never gone, Parker. Remember that, man. Gotta keep flipping the coin, man. Keep flipping the coin. That's all you gotta do. She didn't want a service either, so she's not gonna have a funeral. She was very against having a service for whatever reason, which is kind of crazy, really. But it is my mom, so what do you expect? Right? Technically, it's a glitch, Cody. It's not allowed. Technically, I mean, but it is your run. You know what I mean? You can do what you want. I don't even know what weapon I'm gonna use for this. I don't think I've used the Felchin. We'll use the Felchin. Flipping the coin, yeah. I appreciate that, Srinivas. I really do, dude. I'm glad. I'm okay, Gene. How are you doing, man? I mean, how you doing, lady? Sorry. My brain isn't all there. I didn't sleep last night. I was too busy crying all night long. I literally stayed up all night long just crying. After my dad's service, we had him in the urn, and it was in a concrete. He was a concrete worker, so my sister, being a comic, threw his urn on her shoulder like a form. It's funny, Joe. I will probably sleep tonight, Jane. I hope so. I hope I sleep tonight. I need to sleep. I haven't slept in like 3 days. So, some Chucky milk. That's what I was drinking right now. I was drinking vegan protein with some cold brew. That's what I was drinking. What do we need for this? Let's see. This run's already taking way too long. 13 dexterity. What's up, Liam? Nah, man, my mom just passed away, Liam. So, she's been dying really for like the last week. But it finally happened yesterday. Five years ago. Sorry to hear that, sir. Be at Nishandra by now? Don't be lying. I'm not that good. Jesus, dude. Well, I think depending on your skill set, Aaron, probably, but I'm going to say the beginning isn't that easy. With half health and all that, just saying, like, I don't believe that it's that easy, especially if you have half health. Especially if you run through it the first time, it's pretty rough, honestly. That and then the depraved chasm, like, NG plus is pretty rough, honestly. That's all I know how to do, Shrinvas. The pursuer glitch? I mean, there's a way to do it to pull it off properly. It's pretty rough, though, if you don't understand it. The one where he just falls off the map completely. Yeah, but the thing you gotta understand, too, Andy, is that in the original Demon Souls, the Sodden Ring doesn't exist. They only added it into the modern one. So on the original, without the Sodden Ring, on NG+, it's pretty fucking rough. They basically invented that ring just for the remake. What's up, Manuel? Welcome. Use magic? Yeah, magic's cheap, man. Easy mode, I guess. That's what everybody says. They actually said that too, though. The ones that developed Demon Souls, Magic was developed so that they could choose their own skill level, and it was considered the easier skill. That's legitimately what they said in production when they created Demon Souls. Thanks for the GG, Jane. All right, Jane. What's up, Adam? Welcome, man. How you been, dude? So what do you guys think Elden Ring's going to be like? The Ballista's the most cost effective on time, to be honest with you. Because you don't have to worry about an extended fight. It's pretty much the reason why. Like, even like world record stuff, like non-glitch, it's mostly just Ballista. I want to get wrecked. Yeah, I want to get wrecked too, dude. It's going to be good. The mounted combat doesn't suck. I agree. I don't know if it's going to be bad or good. But Zuli the Witch put out a video of playing as Yobu against Demon of Hatred and how potentially it's going to work. Which is kind of nice, actually. It looks pretty good, actually. The way that it was presented. I haven't seen it yet, Shreenbus. Have you watched it? If it's from soft in terms of mechanics, their games have gotten worse. I don't know if I necessarily think they've gotten worse. I think they've gotten stale. You're right, they get better, but they also get stale because they reuse a lot of shit just in different ways. That's kind of the problem. Like, I think that they do present, like, pretty awesome ideas, but I think what happens is that they end up reusing a lot of the same shit over and over again. Like, that's my main gripe with From Software games. Like, a lot of stuff that is basically, like, the modern equivalent is just a reimagining of the same mechanic, which I don't really think that's innovative. I think that's just reusing the same assets, in my opinion. Like, the parry mechanic in Sekiro is basically just Dark Souls parrying, but done at a more frequent and rhythmic pattern, essentially. Yeah, exactly, Andy. Some interesting things from the comics added. I haven't watched it. What's up, Steven? Welcome, dude. I'm okay, Steven. My mom passed away last night. I don't know if you heard about that. I mean, yesterday. Sorry, not last night. She passed away yesterday. Saw her for the last time in the morning before she passed away. All right, I'll see you later, Andy. I'll see you later, man. Have a good one. Ovi, thanks for the rose, man. Well, that's not good. Thanks for the stars, Ovi. What's up, Jose? Welcome. What kind of noise does a witch vehicle make? What kind of noise does it make? You gonna give me the dad jokes? The dad jokes are always good, sir. I always appreciate them very much. I know, it's because I wasn't running fast enough. That's basically what it was, Jane. I wasn't running fast enough. What do you mean different in the NG series? I mean in the DS series. What specifically? Thanks, Richard, for that. I appreciate it. Vroom, vroom. 8569. Nice, dude. That's really good, Steven. You're getting pro level. You had to screenshot that shit, dude. It's pretty impressive, sir. The most I've gotten is probably like a 79. I'm kind of depressed, Jose. Just because my mom passed away yesterday. Thought I grabbed him. Yeah, I've been meaning to watch that one, Treenless. I've been meaning to watch that one, actually. It looks pretty interesting to me. The book was good, too? I would imagine so. The best matches I ever got in Chivalry, Steven, are 30 kills and 1 death. And like 79 and like 19 deaths or some shit like that. So you've way well out surpassed me, sir. I appreciate that, Manuel. Thanks, Jose. I appreciate that, sir. I really do. Appreciate you guys very much. Interesting occult things? Really? Interesting. Speaking of interesting occult things, that's interesting. I'm probably gonna take a long time on this run. I really am taking my time, which I don't usually do that, but I'm not really like in the mood to get up and go, I guess. 240 days. 994 days, almost 1,000 days, Brian. Almost 1,000 days, sir. Maybe we should play some chivalry, Steven, after this, if you're available. If not, then it's cool. I get it. What is that guy doing? He's just like standing in the middle of the fucking road here. Alright, Jade. 489 days. Nice, dude. Slacker. Just kidding. You slacker? You're a slacker, sir. Cucumbers taste better pickled. Yes, it's true. They do, actually. My daughter can attest to that. She loves pickles, and she likes cucumbers, but she prefers pickles. Yeah, guys, it's pretty crazy. We have 5 more runs to 200 no death runs. $16 months, a long time. Almost done. That's cool, man. Good luck, John. Those runs are pretty fun. They're just a bit more lengthy than a no-death run. I like them personally. Once I get out of the grieving process, I'll probably do another no-death, no bonfire run. It'd be like my 7th or 8th or something like that. I don't know how many no-death, no bonfire runs I have anymore. One month, man. Thanks for the 1 month, Patrick. I appreciate that, Jose. I really do. I don't usually accept compliments, but today I'm accepting any compliment. Today I need a beer after this, too. I'll probably drink a beer. I don't really drink, so... I know the beer will put me to sleep. That's for damn sure. It's not that bad, Cody. It's actually pretty concise. The only thing I gotta worry about is weapon breakage. That's pretty much it. Thanks, Steven. What kind of spears are you using, John? Because I know the basic spear sucks. The winged spear is good. What's up, Otto? Welcome, dude. You're hot. Thanks. I appreciate that. It's nice. It's nice to hear once in a while, sir. Just basic, yeah. Basic spears suck in this game. Alright. You just want to watch the world burn? That's how you do it, though. He's right, because you're going to have to do that between certain areas, because if not, you're not going to be able to repair the weapon, and it's going to break along the way. Unless you're doing a broken weapon specific run, you don't really need to do that. You know, I mean, unless that's your thing, which I'm pretty sure some people are into that. Never understood this game? What didn't you understand? What do you need clarity on, sir? I don't know if it's the easiest depending on the run that you're doing, John. Like, consumables only no death in this game isn't very easy. Fists only no death isn't very easy. Soul level 1 no death isn't very easy. Standard no death running, I could probably see that depending on who you are and what your skill set is. But like, it depends. I think it depends on the no death run, really. I don't think it's just generalized, in my opinion. You don't think maybe that's because of consistency? Because I can no death run Dark Souls 1 faster and more often than I can this game. This one took me the longest to learn, actually. I think it's also because I started no death running Dark Souls 1 before I started running other games. At ONS. Yeah, because with ONS, like, I remember the first time I ran Soul Level 1 to them. And, like, it took me, I want to say 2 weeks to do it hitlessly. And then after I continually fought them, at some point, it became more like, just, I know how to manipulate their artificial intelligence now. So it's kind of like, for me, it's not so bad. But I think, like I said, it could just be consistency. Like, you could just practice the bosses eventually and just run through it as fast as you would run through Dark Souls 2. Honestly. It could just be consistency, man. Honestly. Because if you're skilled enough to do no death runs in Dark Souls 2, you can definitely no death Dark Souls 1 consistently. And I'm not saying, like, for the first time. I mean, like, consistently over a period of time. Like, continually. Is teleport stabs. Is that what gets you? Alright. Do you lock on or do you unlocked? See, the thing about ONS is you kind of have to know where they're going to be before they're there. That's the problem. Oh, okay, yeah, because that kind of messes with the camera too. So, like, for me, what it is I know where Ornstein's going to be before he ends up there. And I kind of position myself in a place where I know he's not going to be there or where the hitbox isn't going to be. And that's kind of why it's very effective for me to beat that game, because I kind of understand where the AI is going to track and where they're going to go and what I can get away with and what I can't get away with. And that's why I say I think it's mostly consistency. If you've got the skill level, it's probably just consistency. Thank. I appreciate that, Tony. Thank you so much. What does it? What does it mean? You have to read the lore, Jose. Like, honestly, John, I think you could probably make it more consistent if you just practiced more. I'm just being honest with you. You probably practice a lot, but it's just not. It's not specifically about like how much you practice. I think maybe I've said that wrong. I think it's maybe just more time in practice. So it's probably what it is. It's just probably time in practice. Because for me, Dark Souls 1 is much easier to no death run than this game. It also could be just differences in skill sets. It's possible. Maybe I'm less skilled specifically in the strategic element and more skilled in the boss element. I'm not really a strategic thinker sometimes. I just like to just wail on bosses and kill them, essentially. So that could be part of it, you know what I mean? That's why Dark Souls 3, I don't find it that challenging. Because the boss fights are the main draw, and like, I excel at boss fighting, mostly. This game I had more trouble with because I had to strategically learn where all the ads were, and how to avoid them properly, and how to bait their attacks, and it was just a lot more work for me. Honestly, I think that's probably what it is. Pixie? Learning DS3 as a whole, but how many hours do you have in it, Andy? Realistically, I mean, if you don't have like an accelerated amount of hours, it's going to be hard for you to comprehend it. You know what I mean? Especially if it's the first, like, if you're actually really trying to investigate the game, it's going to take a while to understand it. So it's not. You shouldn't feel bad about that specifically. It's all a learning process. The failures lead to victories. You just have to keep failing enough to get a victory. And then eventually the victories outweigh the failures. But you just have to be willing to push the envelope until you get to that point. And that's kind of the hard part for a lot of people, is just consistently being able to fail enough to get something correct. What is the mantra? Be brave enough to suck at something new. That's the mantra. How to pull Bo's prices? Good point. Joffrey? Man, I forgot about Joffrey. He got poisoned, remember? Is able to run through. Yeah, man, that's why I say it's mostly probably. That's probably what it is. You just have to learn the game. It's not that bad, dude. I don't know. I just never had a problem with Dark Souls 3. Yeah, it's all devoted to. It really is, dude. The longer you play something, the more consistent you get. It's like with anything. It's like with anything. You go to the gym. You know what I mean? You may not have perfect form at first, but eventually you'll gather that. And form is always more important than strength, even though some people necessarily don't believe that for some reason or another, which I don't necessarily comprehend. Because in order to develop proper strength, you have to use proper form. And then eventually you get better at the form and therefore become stronger based on your proper form and utilizing that to gain strength in the first place. It's giving a skeleton to your to the working body that you're creating, you know what I mean? Came here last night without Flame Butterfly on my no death run. Yeah, you know what's fun too is when you do it in the original, the non-scholar edition, the spiders aren't afraid of the torch, so either way you have to do it like that, which is fine. It's not really much of a difference. You just have to avoid them, which is kind of irritating at first, but it becomes easier. It's not that bad. Like, you just have to know where to stand pretty much. I've forgotten to light the torch at least 4 times on a no death run, and then I've done at least like 20 in the original, some shit like that, where you can't use the torch. It's pretty simple. Jordan, thanks for the stars, man. Yeah, see, that's a good way to be. See, that's an exact example, Cody, what you're saying, because Apex is a good game. It really is. Like, if you're not good at the game, you're gonna suffer. It's legitimately like that. You're just gonna suffer. And it's funny because like people that are like weekend warriors and stuff will go on there after working all week and shit, and they'll be like top ranked motherfuckers playing on teams, and you're just trying to enjoy yourself, which is kind of jacked up if you think about it. See how coming from DS3 being your first Souls to DS2 would be rough. No, I started on Dark Souls 1, John. I didn't start on Dark Souls 3. I started playing in 2011. I just never became professional until the last 3 years. There's no pro. Yeah, I was the same way, dude. I wasn't pro when I started Dark Souls. I just played it. I don't remember my first playthrough of Dark Souls. I legitimately don't. I'm kind of sad that I don't, honestly. Because it would be awesome to remember what that was like. Now here we are with like 14,000 plus hours in Soulsborne. It's like fucking crazy. I have 195 no death runs, and each of them is like 2 hours to 3 hours long. And that's just no death runs. That's not standard playthroughs or fucking regular challenge runs. It's crazy how time accumulates over years, and you're like, what the fuck, dude? Did I really spend that much time playing this game? Was it Serene Vest? I didn't know that. It's like patches, yeah. You ever remember struggling on a boss and thinking, how did I struggle? Yeah, dude, sometimes. But specifically with Madir, Dark Eater Madir. Because I didn't understand the dynamics of the fight properly, I think. And now I can do Madir with fists only and shit like that, so level 1 and crap. Yeah, I did it, Marion, already. I've done it 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. I don't know how many times. I've even done all bosses, all games, including DLC, without dying. I was the first one to do all bosses, all 3 games before. I think someone did a no-hit run that has it all now, but I was the first one to do it. Yeah, it's basically just about staying in front, because you don't know where to stand, dude. It's like an optical thing, you know what I mean? It's all optical. It's all the brain. You're like, do I have to hit her in the legs? Or do I stay in her face? You know, like, you just don't understand it. And then when you finally get it, it's like, oh, epiphany, you know? Now I get it. Yeah, because the first time I fought that boss is literally like the day the DLC came out. I spent a long time fighting that boss. I think it was like a good, I don't know, 14 hours. But my problem is that I kept summoning people. And I didn't know that would like alter the AI the way it did. To the point where it made the boss pretty much impossible. And I sat there and I summoned people and I summoned people and I summoned people, and they kept dying, and I'd be the only one left, and it was super hyper buffed because there were 3 people in the arena. And then like after about a certain point, no one was being summoned in anymore because there were no freaking signs. I was like, all right, well, I'll just try it myself. And I beat it the first time I tried it by myself. And I was like, are you serious? So all I had to do is fight her by myself and she'd die? Like, what the hell was that about? And now, like, I completely comprehend the boss fight. It's a completely different story. Thanks for the gifted sub. I appreciate it, Jane. You sold a dragon, nice, dude. Good time, sir. I haven't played Dark Alliance in a while, Derek. You think so, Marion? I don't know. I find the Demon Prince pretty easy, depending on the run. Like with the whole like 5 Demon Princes or 3 Demon Princes, it's pretty fucking hard. But like I said, I think that all just depends on your skill set. Some bosses seem easier than others. I think dual AIs in general are problematic. So I guess that could be part of the problem too, because dual AIs suck. Dealing with them, learning their attack patterns. But I think that the Demon Prince is probably one of the more fair dual AI bosses in the Dark Souls games, because there's at least like gateways and openings and shit like that, you know what I mean? I don't know why I did that. You know what I mean? But you're right, though. It is a pretty difficult boss fight, especially the first time you fight them. It's pretty rough. Especially the first time. But see, that's the problem with that fight is because of the damn AIs, dude. Into that, it's a fucking what? It's basically a 3-phase fight because even though there's only one phase with 2 of them, it's technically 3 different health bars. So it's kind of rough in general. You know what I mean? It's understandable why it's difficult. And then the move set changes so drastically in the second phase. It's fucking crazy. Thanks for the gifted sub, Jane. I appreciate it. Would be, I mean, no damage, all bosses hasn't been done yet, Andy. No hit has been done. But not no damage, not yet. There's been any percent no damage runs in this game, but not full on all bosses, because all bosses is kind of almost impossible. It isn't impossible, but it's almost impossible. Right? Yeah. The freaking Frigid Outskirts is one of the main problems. That one and the Gank Squad in the Sunken Shrine or what the Sunken Castle. What I don't remember what it's fucking called. The King's whatever. The Sunken Crown. The fucking the grave, the afflicted grave robber, the Havel dude. Like that's part of the problem because of all the spitters in there. Honestly, that's part of it. All the turtle spitters and all that other shit it just makes it pretty difficult. And the falls and whatnot, status effects and shit make it pretty rough for a no-hit run. Let alone a no-damage run. It's just kind of rough. What's up, Odellis? Welcome to the stream, sir. Where you, come on, come back. Baby, come back. You can blame it all on me. I was wrong, and I just can't live without you. Where you going? Baby, come back. Any kind of fool can see there was something in everything about you. One in 500 chance. Jesus, Derek. That's a good point. I didn't think about that. Yeah, because Frigid Outskirts is a nightmare. It really is. Like for a no hit run, even in a no death run. Like I said, I've pulled that no death run, all bosses, no death in this game 6 times. But I'm not. I don't like doing it just because it's such a chore, dude. It's rough. No death in this game is fucking rough. Specifically because any percent is easily applicable. You can do it constantly. It's very very what do you call it? Fluid, fast, whatever you want to call it. But all bosses, no death in this game is almost a complete nightmare. That's why I was saying, Marion, that's why I don't want to go to Twitch, because the fan base, you're lucky if you get 5% that will travel with you. That's literally why I only do all bosses, no death in this game, like, now once a year. I don't really see the point of doing it more than once a year. I'd probably lose my sanity completely if that were the case. True, it was only his first stream, but you also gotta look at the amount of follows he has on Facebook. That's what I'm mostly figuring in. I'm pretty sure I'd have like a good group of people watching me on Twitch, but I have 70,000 followers, and I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna have 70,000 followers on Twitch. I'll probably maybe get like a couple thousand. That's what I'm specifically talking about. Texas Double Whopper. I don't remember. I think it's a smack to the subscriber's face on Switch to give him... What? Better in comparison? Well, all I know is I'm not getting kicked off Twitch because guess what? I'm not on Twitch. Guess what? I have a loose fucking tongue and I say whatever the hell I want whenever the hell I want. And if I did that on Twitch, I'm pretty sure I'd get fired right away. Especially with the way shit's going right now. With the casinos and the strippers and all kinds of shit going on Twitch right now. Twitch is falling apart, man. That's exactly what these dudes are getting in trouble for right now, dude. Daniel, I don't know if you know that. It's actually what's happening right now, because there's some Twitch streamers that do online casino gaming, and what they've been doing is they've been using VPNs to try to, like, negate local law, even though it's basically illegal where they live. And they were thinking that was going to save them from getting prosecuted to the full extent of the law. And some of them are facing jail time right now because of it. Or I think prison time, not jail time. That, and then of course the social standard of Twitch is kind of ridiculous. There's a lot of rules about what you can and can't say. And I'm just like, I don't like rules, so I'm like, well, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna say what I want to say. I don't give a fuck who likes it. That's just kind of how I am, really. Nintendo Switch, dude? I haven't played it yet on Nintendo Switch. Is it much different? Do you guys know? I haven't played Dark Souls on Switch. Laggy, yeah. No, you know the thing is too, I can say what I want here. That's the thing. It's not specifically about the viewers. That's the problem. Like, the viewers are going to get chat botted. That's what's going to happen. It's laggy. That's not too bad. I don't like Twitch. It's weird. If I ever start a stream, I do on YouTube. YouTube is actually worse than Twitch when it comes to its rules. So you're going to have to be very specific about what you say and when you say it. Odellis already knows. He already knows. That's like, yeah, I don't want to own a Switch. I'll play Dark Souls on Switch. Maybe even Breath of the Wild. But I don't really give a fuck about Switch at all. I don't care. Odellis already knows. He's like, yeah, Ray don't care about no Switch. Dude, I'm one more no away from being booted on Twitch. I got in trouble for some GTA Online gambling. Really? Are you serious, dude? That's fucking stupid. It'd be like that though, man. I totally understand that shit. I don't really need to level anymore. That's quick. Dude, Dr. Disrespect is a fucking, like, well-known dude. You can't compare me to Dr. Disrespect. I'm basically a peon. If I pulled some shit, I wouldn't get away with it. Dr. Disrespect could get away with it. Dr. Disrespect probably has lawyers in his pocket. I don't. So you understand, you can't compare me to a big-name streamer. Because I'm not. I only have 70,000 followers. I don't have, like, fucking millions of people paying me. You see what I'm saying? I do this because I enjoy doing it. It's a whole different bucket game when you're actually well known. No, it's on PS all systems, Jose. Yeah, 5 million. Yeah, he can get away with whatever the fuck he wants. Look, I'm going to say this right now. Life is a free pay-to-win game. Free-to-play, pay-to-win game. If you've got the money, you can buy the gear. Legit. Life is a free-to-play, pay-to-win game. All you need is cash, and you can do whatever the hell you want and get away with it. Literally. As sad as it is, it's the truth. What's up, John? What system do I play? PS5, but I'm getting it for PC. So people on PC can play with me. on Epic Games. So if you have a PC or PS5, Jose, I can play with you. Loads gun, Derek. Hey, I didn't incite anything. Whatever Derek does and ends up on the news has nothing to do with me. All right. I'll send you some money while you're in prison, but I didn't incite what happens after. Okay, man. I'm just saying that now. We're basically living in a giant gotcha game, guys. That's what it is. They got us farming for fucking roots. While the other dudes that have all the best gear paid for it. The original console is the human body. Yeah, I could see that. Let me get some vape real quick. Life is free to pay, but you gotta respect those that grind. It's true. Manually breathing. Hey man, at least I'm gonna say this: if you do go to prison, Derek, at least you get 3 squares a day. You get a nice little place to work out in your little room. You get a toilet. You get free toilet paper. You get shoes and clothing that you don't have to wash yourself. At least that's something, right? Berserk armor? I mean, you might as well. The system's rigged, sir. The house always wins. Remember this. Mr. House always wins, sir. And I don't know if this was developed by Blizzard, because sometimes... I'm just kidding. Did I burn? I didn't think I burned it. Mr. House was Bethesda. I know. Well, you think about all the glitches in real life. It's kind of like a glitch in the Matrix, right? That's pretty bad damage right now, but whatever. He is like what, NG +4 right here. I mean, that's kind of what it comes down to. Is like they say, don't hate the player, hate the game. This is the most misunderstood statement from 90s hip hop. Don't hate the player, hate the game, right? There are people like Dr. Disrespect that, don't get me wrong, he can be irritating and he's kind of a prick, right? But the dude legitimately worked his ass to get where he is, right? But a lot of people envy his ass and they hate him because of it. They hate him because they envy him, right? But you can't really hate him because it's not his fault the game's rigged the way it is. It's technically the way it is. If you're going to get mad about the fact that the game is rigged, it doesn't make sense to be mad at the person who's involved in the game that you are involved in the first place. Just get mad at the fact that you don't have what you want to have and just try to earn it yourself. That's all you can do is play the game, dude. No matter how much you hate the game, no matter how much it irritates you or it makes you envy somebody, at the end of the day, it's really the game's fault, not the person's fault. Such an atrocity, Andy. Yeah, right, I know. If a person has what you want in life, don't get mad at the person for having what you want. Get what you want out of life, but the only way to do that is by playing the game. Thanks for the GGs. Yeah, what did you do to get successful? Yep. Worked your ass off. That's what it comes down to. There's no other fucking explanation. That's all you can do is work your ass off. If you don't work your ass off, you don't get what you want. Either you work your ass off or you hustle other people. That's legitimately it. But hustling other people is still a lot of fucking work. It's not easy to hustle people. Because I'm bypassing the Forlorn souls, Derek, so I don't have to fight him. I don't even need to level anymore. What the hell's wrong with me? I'll just go all the way up. Screw it. Elon Musk proactively trolls real life. I see that, yeah. I can see that, actually. Yeah, it's called high risk, high reward, Andy. You can do some shit that's really ridiculous to get yourself ahead. But at the end of the day, whether or not it pays off is kind of a crapshoot. It's like gambling. Look at professional criminals, sir. Look at the mob. Look at the mafia. Look at bank robbers. They try to cheat the system, and what happens? Either it pays off, or it pays off for some time, and then they end up having to reap the repercussions of the things that happen. That's just what happens. It's part of life. It's a normal run. This is a no death run. Odellis, yeah. I do know. Yeah, most people are afraid to do the high risk. It's true. But then they like to complain about how their lives are shit and they refuse to work for it either. So it's kind of the other part of it. Like, I want this. I want to be a famous rap artist. The dude can't even rap. Doesn't even, like, fully comprehend the English language. I want to be the next Tupac or Biggie. Doesn't have any rhythm. Doesn't know how to flow. All you gotta do to become the most famous rap artist in the world, the best rap artist in the world, is sit down, write lyrics, learn your flow, start rapping. Hustle. Hustle, hustle. That's the only way to get what you want. In the right fashion, the way that's supposedly ethically correct. It's the only way to do it. And I know that the human ethics are flawed in the first place. I'm not saying that they work. I'm just saying based on the way the game works, that's how it works. Those are the rules. Whether you agree with them or not, they are the rules. Exactly, Odellis is correct. There is no easy way. There never will be. Yeah, but you gotta keep flipping the coin, Jose. I already made this analogy earlier. I was talking about my mom passing away. That's kind of what I was getting at. Oh, I'll clip the video and I'll post it again. I'll tag you in it so you can understand what I'm saying. I appreciate that, Odellis. I really do. Yeah, she passed away yesterday. This game from 1998? No, I think it's from, what, 2015? I want to say. I think it's from 2015. I could be wrong, though. Oh, we didn't kill that chick, did we? She's gonna show up. That's fine. I'm gonna buff here then, because she shows up there. Far better than suffering, I agree, Andy. Yeah, it might be 2014. I think this version though came out right before Dark Souls 3, specifically. So I think it's 2015. If you're asking about Dark Souls 2 specifically, the vanilla edition, it came out in 2014 era. This game came out 2015-ish, I think. Right before Dark Souls 3. Because Scholar is separate from vanilla, that's why. Yeah, Jane's correct. Yeah, it literally came out right before Dark Souls 3 came out. I remember that because it was a big deal. Yeah, dude, Darkness, or is it called Darkness? Is it called Darkness Falls? I think it's called Darkness Falls, right, Ralph? I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. I can't remember. They incorporated Sekiro stuff in that one, Ralph. It looks pretty interesting. It looks pretty good. They put Sekiro dodge patterns, Sekiro attack patterns. It's pretty cool looking. Yeah, it looks really amazing, dude. I can't wait to play it. Yeah, you don't know what? It's just a meme, dude. That's why, Jose. It's just the meme, dude. That's really it. This one's the best. It just depends on you, man. I prefer this over Dark Souls 1. I kind of feel like the lore gets preachy in Dark Souls 3. That's why I don't like the lore so much. And all the callbacks and Easter eggs actually piss me off instead of make me feel nostalgic. They just make me want to play Dark Souls 1 instead. Yeah, I like that too, Marion. It's also why I like this game, because it kind of actually gives you an RPG vibe. Dark Souls 3 is very closed off. Like, legit, just a linear path. You gotta go this way, you gotta go that way. I think there's only really two options in that game to go different places from the beginning of the game. Oh, nice one, jerk off. I don't know if you call it Dark Souls 2 easier, especially in DLC. The base game, I can say, is a little less difficult. But DLC makes it a lot harder. Especially with the length, the content, the amount of bosses, the amount of areas, the amount of ads. Like, comparatively, like, through the whole game. If you're talking base games, yes, I agree. You're talking about whole games, I completely disagree. Ralph, I know, I was surprised too. That was pretty cool. Like, for instance, when we held that, what's best known? It's true. Because, like, for instance, when we had the No Death Run tournament, like, a while back, and we had, like, what, 6 or 7 people running the route, I only chose the base game. And the reason why I chose the base game only is because it's the most accessible. If I was going to depend on them specifically learning all of the areas, each of their runs would have taken at least 6 or 7 hours plus. And imagine putting that kind of, like, pressure on somebody, yet they're competing against other people. It's pretty rough. You see what I'm saying? So depending on base game mostly, this game necessarily isn't it's not the most difficult. But when it comes to, like, the longer game, the actual full game, then it becomes super difficult. It would have been hilarious though if I would have said all bosses no death run. A lot of people would have been pissed off, like, why? Why'd you do that? Why would you do that to anybody? That's just fucking torture. Yeah, I agree, dude. The loot in this game is pretty awesome. There's so much fucking variety, too. And the PvP is badass, dude. I love the PvP in this game. Curse of wines and booze, yeah, pretty much. Like, why would you do that to somebody, man? It's fucked. Especially on the first tournament. Like, yeah, let's do the hardest possible run. Even for just a fucking regular standard run, let's do the fucking hardest possible. Like, nah, fuck that shit. That's messed up, dude. It'd be hilarious, but it'd be messed up. Well, I mean, I like broken weapons, Ralph. That's why, and I also like the whole like dual wielding in this game, as opposed to like what is it the special move you get in Dark Souls 3, the weapon art. I don't like the weapon art. I'm not a fan of the weapon art system. I think you should have been able to choose whether or not you want to like power stance or weapon art. I don't think they should have eliminated weapon stance completely. Let's get a bow just to make this easier. Yeah, that's one of the really big redeeming factors. And the fact that you can pretty much infuse every fucking weapon in the game. Everista, what's up, man? Welcome, dude. Salve, man. Salve. Welcome to the stream, dude. I like what they're doing with the Elden Ring, though. being able to change movesets based on what you want and skills. That's kind of cool, dude. I like that you can change the moveset of a weapon based on how you're going to customize the moveset. Like, I like that, actually, quite a bit. It's like they heard my fucking stream and they're like, well, yeah, that's a good idea. That's what it feels like. It feels like they were listening, you know? I like that they're going to do that in Elden Ring. That's pretty badass, actually. Like, I was sad that they completely just got rid of it. It would have been cool if it would have been like, imagine mixing like a great sword and shit and a dagger moveset together. Like a strength-based dagger. That shit would be fucking cool. Statue, it actually says something? I'll check it out right now. Dude, King's Armor is the most pimp armor set. I agree, Andy. Especially with the fur coat and everything. It's pretty badass. It's just getting it. It's kind of a pain. You barely get it like at the very end of the game almost. Which kind of sucks, but... Oh, you have to wear the crown of the Sunken King. Okay. I didn't know that. That's pretty interesting. Odellis, I appreciate that, sir. You must be tired, sir. Get some rest, man. Seriously. If you're tired, go to sleep, buddy. I don't find it offensive, and I do appreciate that. I'll see you around soon, man. Dark Alliance is pretty fun, Peter. I got to level 20, I kind of stopped playing it, though, to be honest with you. My trousers... How dare you ruin my trousers, sir? My butt looks good in these pants. Level 18. Yeah, I got to level 20 pretty fast. I was surprised. I was like, in D&D, it definitely ain't this fast. Like in real D&D, it takes like 1,000 years to get to level 20. So I just gotta grind gear, legendaries and shit. Oh yeah, dude, it's a completely different experience, Andy, isn't it? It's pretty crazy how different this game is comparatively. Cheese and butter. What's up, Rodney? Welcome, dude. Yeah, plus there's a fucking, what do you call it? A skill that allows that too, Ralph. Which is pretty OP too. I don't know if you've gotten it from Wolfgar, but he has the ability to heal himself every time he damages an enemy. It's pretty OP, dude. You hardly ever use heals if you like combine shit. Luis, the demon of Schlong? Yeah, I agree, sir. Yeah, dude, that dragon's a game changer there. Because before you could... Thanks, Jane, for that. Thanks for the GG. Before you could just run past those giant knights, but it says the fucking dragon's there, you're like, God damn it, really, dude? Jesus, Ralph, yeah. It's OP, dude. They're probably going to nerf, though, I think. It's way too OP. Unless they just gave up on giving a shit at this point. Which I don't know why I got so much bad reviews. Maybe because it's so little content, but I'm pretty sure they're going to update it. Watch your ball. King of the Hill's the best, dude. King of the Hill's the best American anime ever made. Noped out, yeah. The other one that's rough is where we're going right now, the Dragon Shrine. Dragon Shrine is pretty rough in this game compared to the original. This part right here in the original is far harder, though, because of all the ads that are in front of the door before Veldstat in the original are pretty rough. Oh, she's gonna come back. I forgot she appears here again. This bitch. I fucking hate this bitch so much with her damn dagger. That's my purse. I don't know you. Imagine, you know what I'm going to make? I'm going to make a King of the Hill version of Berserk. Like a small short and see how it goes. What's up, Sage? Welcome. Yeah, the OG area, this one was pretty rough. It's about as bad as the Dragon Shrine area in this version of the game. It's pretty hardcore. There was too many fucking ads at the door. There really were. Because there's all the knights and then the fucking Dragon Rider. It was pretty bad. I remember that. If you did that, well, that's what my brain does memes, man. Jose, that's why I post a lot of memes on my page. My brain is like meme-like. Where's my star, Sage? I'm just fucking around you, dude. I'm just kidding. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. Body badu spobbity bee spobbity. We don't need this ring no more. I'll keep the cat ring there for good measure. Spobbity beebity boo, spobbity beebity boo, spobbity boo, spobbity boo, spobbity beebity boo, spobbity beebity boo, spobbity beebity boo, spobbity beebity, spobbity beebity, spobbity beebity boo. Damn, Sage, that's a shitload of stars, dude. I was just fucking around. You didn't need to. I appreciate it, though. Damn. I really do, sir. That's a fuckload, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, Devoid of Life. I do remember that, Andy, yes. Remember when this thing would wake up right away when you're running through? That's a shitload, sir. Thank you so much. You too, sir. Yeah, have a good one as well. Thank you. Do I have it? Yeah, I have lightning pine resin. That's perfect. That's all we need for this. I feel like it was a great experience, right, Andy? That's actually one of the most interesting parts of the game right there, is when you go in there and he just comes back to life out of nowhere. I feel like it was kind of a jump scare kind of thing, wasn't it? Like, I liked it. I don't know why they took it out. I really don't. It's actually one of the better parts of the vanilla version of the game. I don't know why it's out of the game. I know that you have to activate them, though. I think you can activate them. I can't remember. See, now that's fucking classic, sir. You're already here? Yes, sir. I'm already here. I like these invisible guys a lot too. I thought they were pretty neat. Like the dudes where you just see their shadow chilling like this, and they just appear out of nowhere when you kill them. I thought that was pretty cool about this game. I like that a lot. It's kind of like a crystal lizard, but like a hidden little thing. I like a lot. They're all over the maps too. Oh, it came out yesterday or what, Cody? Or is it already out? It was already out. Thanks for the follow. You bought it last night? Every dragon? Yeah, it's true. I don't know. I feel like that wasn't a dragon. I don't know why they call it a guardian dragon. It's basically a wyvern. That kind of confuses me, actually, that whole thing. Wyvern and dragon. Even though a wyvern technically is a dragon in a way. according to lore, like older lore. That kind of confuses me. But in this game, they're like hybrids, which is fine, I guess. It's just kind of confusing. You gotta fight a bunch more, it's true, sir. Alright, this is the worst part of the game right here. I have to really pay attention here. What's up, Christopher? Welcome to the stream, sir. See that damage? It's fucking insane, man. I have no idea, actually. Cody, I have no clue. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't remember. Luis. Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, well, you know the only way to really, like, do it without getting hit at all is freaking, I mean, there's multiple ways to do it, like, honestly, but is to get poison arrows and shoot the big guys, because the other Dragon Knights don't attack you. They just stand there and bow to you. How am I doing? I'm a little depressed, man, trying to cheer up, just because my mom died yesterday. So I'm trying to, like, focus and be chill, I guess. It's kind of rough, though. It's really hard. Really playing as himself? Nah, man. That freaking miss, though, because that hitbox is so broken right there. I gotta be right behind him the whole time. I appreciate that, Sergio. I really do, man. Andy. I saw so much of that. I know, Christopher. It's kind of why I've held off on playing it. How old was she? She was in her. She was almost 60s. Like, no, it wasn't COVID. She died from cancer. She had been battling brain cancer for 10 years, and she finally passed yesterday. It was pretty rough, dude, because I went to see her right before she passed away, and it was pretty traumatizing, to say the least. You know, and it was like, I know it was coming. I knew she was going to pass away because she hadn't eaten in like 6 or 7 days. Because she couldn't eat anymore. She just threw up everything, and we knew it was coming. It's just, even though you know it's coming, it still hurts a lot, like, immensely, man. It's painful. It's going to take me a while to get to the point where I feel comfortable again, mentally, I think. But I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. My family's doing okay. I'm just glad she's not hurting anymore. Yeah, she was young, man. She was real young. I think I have enough bright bugs. Man, sometimes we revealed for people suffering when they pass. Yeah. I'm glad she's not suffering anymore. I was relieved that she wasn't suffering anymore. That's mostly what it comes down to, really. I mean, that's the only like positive thing I can really take away. And also the stuff that she left me with, you know, mentally. Like the stuff she taught me, the stuff that I borrowed from her. Like if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be half as compassionate as I am now. So I owe a lot to her. You know, so it's going to be rough. But it'll be okay. I know it'll be okay. I don't think I have any more buffs to buy. I think that guy just doesn't appear if you don't do that area. Yeah, he just doesn't appear. It's fine. Yeah, we're suffering for so long. It's true, man. It really is. Because she beat it. She beat cancer, and then she got it again. It came back, or whatever. And then she beat it again, and then it came back, and then she had all these brain surgeries. The worst part was the brain surgeries, because they left her pretty much unable to speak or do anything physically. But yeah, she's no longer suffering, and I'm grateful for that. Alright, so last boss. This is No Death Run. Number 195. Of course, my controller just didn't work there for some reason or another. I'm finally starting to feel tired. I haven't slept all night, so this is kind of rough. I'm done. This is the last boss. Nope, not gonna die today. We're not gonna die today. Today is not about dying, it's about surviving. Staying alive, surviving. Today we don't die, we celebrate life. Mushrooms magic, yes. Today we do not die. Too much death lately. That was no death run 195, guys. Very close to 200. I dedicate this run to my mom, who passed away yesterday. Thank you for everything that you've taught me. Thank you for teaching me to have a good heart and for being compassionate. I love you very much. And I'm going to keep flipping the coin for the rest of my life. Alright guys, I got some grieving to do and some beer to drink. I'll probably be on tomorrow. I love each and every single one of you. Thank you for being a part of the greatest souls community on the internet. I'll see you guys soon.